Good day to you, children. I hope you're all keeping fine, and I hope you must have done the English as a revision worksheet also. So, children, we haven't started with any of the literature chapters yet. So, today I'm planning to start one. And those who haven't got their books, please get it ASAP. Please buy it ASAP, children. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to study. It will be difficult for you to go further. Okay. So, today I'm going to start the chapter 3, O Captain, My Captain. Okay, as you must have been given instruction in the 7th class also, reading the poem or understanding the poem is not enough, children. You have to find the hidden meaning of the poem, what the poet is trying to say. Okay, in simple language the meanings could be something else, but actually the poet might be wanting to tell you something else. Okay, so try to find out that. Second thing is, whenever you read a poem, you should be able to appreciate the poem. Now, what is appreciate the poem? Appreciate doesn't mean that saying that, oh, the poem was very good, the theme of the poem was good, the moral of the poem was good. That is not appreciating. Appreciating is to find out the poetic devices that have been used in the poem. Poetic devices are the techniques, the different techniques that the poet has used to make his poem more beautiful. Okay, so you have to find the poetic elements, like you have learned simile, metaphor, alliteration. So these are all the poetic elements. So these are poetic elements are also known as figures of speech. So you have to find out those things in a poem. Okay, so before starting the poem, let me tell you something about the poem. Oh Captain, My Captain. Okay, so this is the poem written by a very famous poet, Walt Whitman. He was a US citizen, and he has written this poem after the assassination of a very famous president of US, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so after Lincoln was assassinated, Walt Whitman wrote this poem. Okay, in the very beginning he was not very much fond of Lincoln, but later on he became a big fan of Lincoln. Okay, so he started considering Lincoln as his father. Obviously he was not his father, but still he was like a father figure to the poet. Okay, so today we are going to start with the chapter, O Captain, My Captain. Here the captain is the captain of the ship, but actually what the poet meant to say is the captain is no one other than Lincoln. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exultant. While follow eyes the steering kneel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribbons wreaths, for you the shows are crowding, for you they call the swaying mast, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, the arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship has anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells. But I, with mournful tread, walk the deck with my captain, where my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Okay, so the children, the poet is trying to say that a ship has left for a voyage. Okay, it has gone to fight a war. Okay, and the task for which they have gone, they have won it. They are coming victorious back to US. Okay, but everybody is so happy in the ship. but the poet is very sad. Why? Because they have lost their captain. Their captain is dead. Okay, so the poet is saying that in the shore the people are anxiously waiting for the victory men. They want to welcome the victory men, and above all they want to welcome their captain, who was a main man in the army. But little the people standing on the shores, they know that the captain is no more. He's already dead. He was killed in the war. And the poet is so much saddened. Why? Because he's saying that this man, this captain is no one other than my father. Okay, so I'm deeply saddened because this captain, my father, is lying dead, and I'm holding my father. And that is the reason this poem has been called as a mournful poem, a sad poem. Okay, so what the poet is saying is that, oh captain, my captain, a fearful trip has done. The trip for which we have gone, we have completed a trip. Okay, and we have won it. The ship has weathered every rock. That means the ship has gone through all the odds and have come out victorious. The prize we have sought is won. The poet is near the bells. I hear the people are exulting. The poet is saying that I could hear the sound of the bells. Who is ringing the bells and all? The people on the shore. And why they are doing it? Because they are all happy. Why they are happy? Because they are waiting for the people who have won the war. Okay, so since there are the people on the one who had gone for the war, they have coming victorious. So that is the reason the people standing on the shore, they are very happy, and they are standing there to welcome them. While follow eyes the steady kneel, the vessel grim and daring. The vessel is moving towards the shore. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red. Okay, the bleeding drops of red are nothing but blood. Okay, so he's saying everything seems to be so good, but my heart is bleeding. Okay, I'm so saddened. Why? Because where on the deck my captain lies fallen cold and dead. Because my captain is lying on the deck and he's cold and dead. Okay, he is no more. He was killed in the war and he is no more. Oh captain, my captain, rise up and hear the bells. The poet is saying, please captain, please don't sleep like this. You just wake up and hear the bells. Wake up for God's sake. Open your eyes and see the bells that are ringing for you. Rise up, for the flag is flung. See, look at a flag. Okay, so the flag is flung, so rise up. For you the bugle trills. Okay, the sound, can you hear the sound of the bugle? The entire thing, the entire preparation, everything has been done for you only. For your bouquets and ribbon wreaths, for you the shores are crowding. Okay, so people are holding bouquets, they are holding wreaths. The shore is crowded with people. They are eager to see their captain. For you they call, the swaying mast, the eager faces turning. Okay, so they are calling you, they are calling out your names, they are waiting for you. So please wake up, don't sleep like this. Your captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head, is it some dream that on the deck you have fallen cold and dead? Okay, he said that my arm is beneath your head. Okay, your head is lying on my arm and you're lying cold and dead. Okay, I just pray to God that be this a dream, be it a dream. Okay, I don't want this to happen in reality, but the fact was, this was the reality. The captain was no more. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. He's saying, my captain, whatever am I asking my captain, he's not answering. His lips have become pale and still. You know, people, when somebody dies and all, the entire body becomes pale. So he's saying it has become pale and still. My father does not feel anything. He does not feel my arm, his pulse. I cannot feel his pulse also, because a dead man doesn't have any pulse. The ship is anchored safe and sound, and the voyage's ship has reached the shore, and it is safely put, and it is anchored safely, and now our voyage is complete. Okay, from fearful trip the victor she comes in with an object won. Okay, we had gone on a very fearful trip, and our object, that is, we wanted to win the war, and we have won it, and we have come back all safe and sound, except for the captain of the ship. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells. but I with mournful tread. Everybody seems to be so happy, but I am in a very sad mood. Okay, why? Because I am walking on the deck where my captain lies fallen dead. Okay, my captain is there no more with me. My father is no more with me. So that makes me really sad. So this is basically the poem, children. You must have learned the rhyme scheme in your 7th class. Accordingly, you have to find the rhyme scheme of this poem also. The poetic devices, there are many poetic devices, children. Metaphor has been used in this poem. Metaphor also you might have studied in 7th class, where two things are compared. The entire, whatever you have in the first thing, entirely everything should be there in the second one. Okay, it is when you say this is suppose I say two sentences, her eyes are like star. Okay, so that means the twinkling of her eye is like the twinkling of the star. And if the second sentence, if I say her eyes are stars, that means all the features of the stars are there in her eyes. So the second one is the metaphor. Metaphor, you don't use like or words like or as. So here also you have metaphors. For example, your voyage is the civil war. Okay, the voyage that they have gone. Okay, it is actually the poet who is wanting to mean the civil war. Second, when he says captain, it is not the captain. Actually, he wants to say about the president, that is Lincoln. Okay, and third is again there is personification. He has used the word ship. He has gone on a voyage in a ship. The ship is the United States of America. Okay, so these are the personifications he has. So these are the metaphors, these are the metaphors that he has used. Okay, similarly there is personification also. Personification, he has said exalt or shows. Okay, he is saying to shows, to be happy and all, to rise up and all. Okay, so he has personified the shows. Okay, there is imagery in the poem. Okay, imagery is when you read the poems, images comes into your mind, live images comes into your mind. For example, he's saying my father's lips, the captain lips are pale and still. So that is an imagery. Okay, so the imagery also has been used. Alliteration is also there in the poem. Alliteration is, children, repetition of the consonant sounds. If 2-3 words have the same sounds and they come together, that is an alliteration. So you have to find alliterations for yourself. You have to find the metaphors. You have to find the personification. You have to find the imagery. So these are the things that you find in the poem. And what is the main theme of the poem? The theme of the poem is of the president, the US president who has died assassinated in the Civil War. This is in a kind, he's paying tribute to Abraham Lincoln. Okay, a poet is paying tribute to Lincoln because he was very much fond of the president. So these are the certain things that you should keep in mind. The poetic devices in the mind, you should be able to appreciate the poetry. And in the assignment also, children, I have given you notes also, and go through the notes properly, then do the assignments. The assignments have given you questions based on this chapter. Okay, and children, if you have any doubt in this poem or anything, we are, as you know, we are having Google Meet every Tuesdays 5 o'clock English. I'll be clearing your doubts. So it's better if you can ask me doubts in that Google Meet instead of the WhatsApp doubt session, because verbally I'll be able to explain it to you in a more better way. Okay, so ask your friends also, come in huge numbers for the Google Meet, so that gradually the WhatsApp doubt session we can just wave it off. Okay, we can concentrate on this Google Meet, because here directly you can ask me and I can give you the answer. Okay, so just go through it, whatever doubts you have, jot down your doubts, and then I'll be clearing it in the Google Meet. If it is not possible in the Google Meet, then of course your doubt session is also there. There I can clear it. Okay, thank you.